Do you like to make silly faces? Because these are pretty silly faces. Everett and Malcolm can do a pretty good job with their silly faces. And actually, I like to get in on it once in a while too. So there we are when we're not being silly. And then there we are when we're being silly. Sometimes when you're in a group picture like that and somebody says, okay, let's take a picture, and then let's take a picture with silly faces. And that would be this picture, because those are fun to do. And those are sometimes the best pictures of all. But sometimes Mama just wants you to stand there and smile and do a straight photo. So I did this one called Funny Faces. Do you like to make funny faces? I have to confess that I do, obviously. I make them when I'm being silly. I make them when I'm saying boo. Mom said if I scrunched my face and made goofy faces that way, my face might decide that it liked that, and then that expression would stay. But I like to make people laugh, so I make faces all the time. I find that works even better than even the silliest rhyme. So if I can make you happy with one of my silly faces, I'm happy to do it forever, no matter the times or the places. So let's try a few. Okay, what do you think for silly faces? How about, how's that? Okay, there are lots of silly faces you can make. I bet you can make sillier faces than I can. And I would love to see pictures of your silly faces. So if you have any, I would love it if you would share them. Okay, well, speaking of saying boo, I wrote this one about a little boy who had a habit of jumping out and yelling boo, sometimes at all the wrong times, and he would make faces when he jumped out and yelled boo. I used to jump out and yell boo at my friends, and sometimes my mom and my dad. But even though I would get yelled at sometimes, I still didn't think it was bad. Till one day when I thought it might be great fun to jump out and yell boo in the hall. My mom had an armful of glasses and plates, and she didn't like it at all. She stepped on the dog, who then frightened the cat, who then tried to jump on my head. The dishes went flying way up in the air, and Mama sent me to my bed. The very next day, she jumped out and yelled boo to give me a scare of my own. And boy, she was right to show me how it felt, because now I leave people alone. So sometimes it's okay to jump out and yell boo, but you probably ought to know who you're jumping out and yelling boo in front of and what's around them. Okay, this last one has to do with faces too, and this one is called Picture Day. I have to wake up early, shake off sleep, and jump right out of bed. Today, it seems, is Picture Day, and that's not all, Mama said. I have to wash my face and comb my hair and practice a big smile. And when the cameraman says, say cheese, I better stretch my teeth a mile. What if I don't feel like smiling at all? What if I'd rather frown? Mama wants me to look happy, and my mood is just upside down. But last night we were looking at pictures taken a long time ago, and I saw my grandpa at my age playing with friends in the snow. He was smiling and looking so cheerful. I was glad I could see him at play. I thought when my kids see my pictures, I hope that they see me that way. So today, when they're taking my picture and the person says smile and say cheese, I plan to look happy and smiling for the day when my children see these. So you have to think about that. One day when somebody's looking at all these pictures, what will they see? For example, I have a couple here. There's a smiling person. It's a pretty smile. That's Sam. And here's Charlie. Big smile on his face. Charlie was playing in the snow, just like the grandpa in the poem. On the other hand, this is somebody I'm related to. I'm just not sure who, and I don't know how much we'll be able to see, but he is not a happy person in this picture. And now when I pick up this picture, I look at it and I think, why are you not happy? Why are you not smiling? And sometimes, a long time ago, when they took pictures, they actually told people not to smile. So that might be what he's doing. Here's my grandpa. He's a handsome man, but he's not smiling very big. Got a little bit of a smile on his face. And here's my grandma. She is not really smiling much at all. And when I look at this, I think, Grammy, I wish you were smiling. In snapshots later on, I see her smiling. And this is actually my great-grandma, not smiling real big either. A little bit of a smile, so that's not too bad. And then, guess who this is? That's me. When I was really little. Looks like I'm smiling, right? But you know what? I'm not. I'm actually crying in that picture because I did not like to have my picture taken. And it's so important to get your picture taken so that people later can look at them. So, before I go, I wanted to do some updates. First of all, remember the sunflower seeds that I planted? Well, look at this. Here are my sunflowers. They're starting to grow. It's almost time to plant them outside. And this, we were talking about handmade Mother's Day gifts. Well, my grandkids made this. Everybody made a flower, and all the flowers are different. So I thought that was such a cute idea. We talked about, and even the vase is fingerprints. We talked about what cute things you can do, not just for Mother's Day, but whenever you want to give a gift, especially to Mama in this case. So, smile and say cheese. But when someone says silly faces, be ready to do silly faces because those really are sometimes the best pictures of all. And just remember, however you appear in your pictures is how people will see you maybe 100 years from now. So 1, 4, 3, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.